1992, I came home from college. Confused, lost, didn't know where I was going, didn't know what I was doing. I go see this priest, and he says, Rob, you need balance and harmony in your life. So what's that mean? He says, you need to set goals. You need to have goals, not just the one goal to win the gold medal. You need to set 30-day goals. You need 90-day goals. You need 6-month goals, 1-year goals, 5-year goals, 20-year goals. You need to set goals at different times of your life. Because if you just set a goal to win the gold medal, what happens in the 365 days? There's no roadmap there. So you have to have those short-term goals to get to the long-term vision. So he said you need to write goals in 5 different areas. Not just business, not just your career. He said you need to write goals in a spiritual realm. You need to write goals in a family realm. You need to write financial goals. You need to write business goals or career goals. And you need to write goals for yourself. And the key there is, it's balance. If you come to work every day and all you're focusing on is that check that you get paid, I'm going to tell you, you're out of balance. And it happens to all of us. So what happens, if you focus on the other 4 areas, the money will take care of itself. If you think about your family, think about why you're going to work. I said, what's the why behind that goal? If you have a picture up on the wall and you look at it every day before you leave, you're motivated to do the best you can. Not just for the company, it's not just for the company, but for your family as well. There has to be why underneath of that. And it's so important to think about that why. Now, when you set a goal, there has to be some accountability to it. And accountability is basically taking responsibility for what you commit to. Take responsibility for what your goals are. So, to whom are you accountable? Well, obviously you're accountable to your managers, your vice president, the president. You're accountable to the people in the warehouse. You're accountable to the store managers. I know there's several different positions here. So each one of you is accountable to the other person in some way, shape, or form. No matter how you look at it. Now, you're also accountable, like I said, to your family. You're accountable to your kids, if you have any. Think about it. If you don't get up and do the best you can every day, you might not be able to live the lifestyle you really want to live. You might not be able to give your kids the education that you really would like to give them. So you're accountable to your work associates, you're accountable to your family. And think about this, giving it all you've got. Morbid thought, say you die tonight. And you're laying in your coffin, and somebody's up on the altar giving your eulogy. I know when I die, I don't want that person saying, man, that guy had all the potential in the world. That's the last thing you should want to hear. What you want to hear is, man, that guy gave it everything he got. He gave it everything. He was used up. All that potential was gone. He used every bit of potential he had in the tank. So from the time you get up in the morning, you need to think about, am I giving it all I got? Am I giving it everything? So how are you accountable to yourself? That's important. You need to have systems. You need to have a standard operating procedure, a policy by which you are going to do business every single day, no matter what. For instance, in my business, what I do, I write 15 notes, and I make 15 calls every day, no matter what. How many key accounts are you going to see today? How many opportunity accounts are you going to see today? How many stores are you going to visit? No matter what. And that comes down to time management. You can be held accountable to yourself just by having a day timer. Where am I going to be from 9 to 10? Where am I going to be from 1 to 2? Who am I going to call at 3 o'clock? So a day timer is a way to hold yourself accountable. Then your procedures. How can you hold each other accountable? I have a buddy of mine, actually it's a couple different realtors, we've gotten together over the last few years. We hold each other accountable. One time a friend, he was struggling. He calls me up and his goal was to do 10 notes a day, maybe 5 phone calls. And I said, what are you doing right now? He goes, man, I'm struggling. I haven't done any calls, haven't written any notes. I said, what I want you to do, I want you to pull over the side of the road right now, and I want you to make 2 calls and write 2 notes, and then call me back. That's holding him accountable. I said, don't call me until you make those 2 calls. Don't call me until you write those 2 notes. So if you have a relationship with somebody here that you talk to frequently, you can hold them accountable and say, hey, don't call me until you get your job done. Don't call me until you see 3 key accounts today. The other way we can hold each other accountable, and the way you can do that is, like I said, I write notes. I could write Gary a note. Hey, Gary, thanks for having me here today. Or I say, Gary, did you get this whole thing together on time? Did you write your presentation on time? Just to make sure he knows I'm there for him. Or I can say, Joe, good luck with your writing your notes today. Good luck with that key account you're seeing on Friday. Hey, I wish you all the luck with that opportunity guy you're going to visit this week. So it's a way to encourage each other. Just a little word of encouragement is a way to hold each other accountable. And it's important because if you're not held accountable, you just go about your way and worry about yourself and nobody else. But see, now you have these goals. And you got this accountability. You have to think. For every decision you make, there is a consequence. So for every activity you choose to do or not to do in the course of your day, there's a consequence. So if you don't go see those opportunity accounts today, it might not show up tomorrow, but I assure you, in 3 weeks or a month or 2 months, it'll show up. You won't get that new business. Your life is crafted by every decision you make. Every decision you make. So we have the goals, we have the accountability, we're fired up, we're ready to go, ready to set sail. We've got a smooth lake out there. The water's like glass, it's a full moon out, and you're ready to set sail. Straight shot, right? All of a sudden, the storm clouds come rolling in. It gets a little windy, a little foggy. The water gets a little choppy. We call these things obstacles. Nothing is smooth sailing. You're always going to run into challenges. You're always going to run into obstacles. Take, for instance, 1980 Olympics, Herb Brooks. When he sat down and wrote that gold medal, did he have obstacles he had to deal with? He had the Iranian hostage crisis. He had the Cold War going on. He had the fundamental problem that the Soviets were bigger, they were faster, they were stronger. They were external obstacles. The market in itself was in a tank. Remember that they had that odd even license plate thing going with the gas. So it was tough to get gas. There's all these external obstacles. The market itself, back then like it is today, the real estate market's tough. And I'm sort of like on the front line for you guys because I sell a house. First thing people do when they buy a house is they pay me. So I do that with residential. I do that in the new housing. So I know it's a struggle right now. But if you do those activities every single day, with consistency, over time, you will produce extraordinary results.